Hey, hi everybody. Welcome to a very, a very cloudy day, very cold day in the Presidio. And I'm going to make this video to explain, or to better explain, what the purpose of my YouTube channel is. Because I think, I just want to be clear with people what it is that I'm doing and what you're witnessing. So each one of these YouTube videos is a snapshot of my creative process, and it's the videos you're watching are basically the incidental parts of larger projects. So if I'm scoring a film and I think I'm doing something that's worth sharing, I'll make a separate video on that thing. But that thing that you're watching is always a part of something bigger that I'm going to eventually produce or I'm in the middle of, unless I'm in between projects. And usually when I'm in between film projects, I'm working on my own music, and what I'm showing you is just something I'm going to be incorporating into a composition that will eventually be released. But the important thing to know about all of this is that the channel is not just informational. It's not meant to be informational. The channel is actually an offshoot of what I'm always doing, which is creating music. And I just wanted to clarify that for everyone. And the reason for this clarification, or the reason I'm clarifying all of this, is because I was watching a YouTube video a couple of days ago, and it's someone I really respect and I enjoy what they talk about. I like what they do. I like what their channel content is. But I always wondered, like, their channel content never seems to have any music on it that they're working on. They're showing a lot of gear, and they're showing a lot of equipment off. They're always talking about gear, but they're never running signal through the gear so you can actually hear it. So it's a very kind of theoretical talking channel. It's not much of a music channel. And they said that they don't like sharing their music on the channel. I was like, okay, fine. But I thought okay, it's purely informational. And so I'll give you here's what I'm getting at here. Okay, so just hang on. A long time ago, I was reading an article in the Scene magazine. Now, the Scene magazine was a art and culture magazine that was free, that came out in, I was living in Cleveland, that's where I grew up, and there was a magazine about art and culture. It was like the SF Guardian or one of those free newspapers, and there was always interesting things about who's coming to town to play music. So, Sonny Rollins was on a tour, and he was in Cleveland, and this was, I'd say, the late 80s. I think he was on tour. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He was, they were writing this huge article about him, and he's a jazz saxophonist from the bebop era. And I read the article, and I was completely enthralled by the artist, even though I'd never heard any of the music. And it motivated me to go to Record Revolution on Coventry Road, and I bought the record and put it on, and it changed my whole life. And at that point, I realized that it's really important to hear the music. Talking about the music is great. Writing about the music is obviously a career, but actually hearing it, that's what's going to have the most impact on you as a human being. And so, as I'm talking about Sonny Rollins, go to Apple Music or go to whatever, Spotify, listen to Sonny Rollins. And maybe you'll have the same kind of life-changing experience that I had. Now, the point of my channel is not to create some kind of life-changing experience for you. That's not what I'm doing. If that happens, thank you, but it's probably not going to. The point of my channel is to run sound and to trigger things and to make things, and then to explain a little bit in more detail about how those things are made. So I never wanted it to be a channel that just sort of talks about some piece of software or some piece of gear. I want the channel to demonstrate or to drop you into an ongoing creative process, because I think that is ultimately more helpful for us than it is for me to just simply talk about stuff. So this video, you're only going to hear the sound of the wind in this and my voice, dogs and some kids in the background. But think about that when you're watching my channel. And for those of you who are afraid to share your music, don't be. There's so many great YouTube channels out there where people talk and talk and talk and talk and talk about music, but they don't actually share any of what they're creating with the world. So please do that. Have a great day.